Hey guys, it's Andy, aka Elogee. I'm here today ready to do another tier list. I got the gang joining me today, good old Wooloo and Furret, as always. And today I'm going to be discussing video game controllers, which video game controllers are the top tier. Yeah, this one's pretty self-explanatory. Just a tier list of most of the controllers from home consoles. So I looked at some of these and recognized most of them. They actually look a lot bigger and more clear on this screen than the other computer I was looking at this list on, so this should be good. It looked like there was more controllers when I looked the first time, but I think we can make a good list out of this. So we have 5 tiers. I'll add another one that I haven't experienced, so that'll be the tier list. So first we got Joycons. Where are my Joycons at? Hello? Oh, they're in my Switch. Joy-Cons, they're okay. I know a lot of people experience Joy-Con drift, which is the biggest problem I have with this. Like, the design of them, it's okay. I feel like it's just the updated version of the Wii remote and nunchuck. I would put this in, like, A or S, but Joy-Con drift is real and it is annoying, so I think I have to put it in B. Like, it's cool, but it isn't. The problem that Joy-Con drift provides is too much to warrant an otherwise okay controller being anywhere above B. So I don't have a problem with the Joy-Cons other than when they does experience Joy-Con drift. Like, if we remove Joy-Con drift from the equation, yeah, this would be probably A for me. No, we'll put it in B because Joy-Con drift is such a widespread problem. So yeah, we'll put that in B. The Xbox 360 controller, I want to say this is. It's actually good. I haven't played on it too much, but I have played with it. I enjoy it. But like, I never had an Xbox, so I haven't gotten too accustomed with it. So I think B is a good spot for me. I could put it down here, but I have experienced it enough, so I think it's fine here. The original Xbox controller, I did play very, very briefly, like even less than the 360. I played this for like, it was more than a day, because I played through Fable 1. My friend David let me borrow his Xbox and Fable. I was terrible at video games, so I got to like the first boss. I think I died so many times that it just, maybe I ended up winning, but I think it just advanced me. Like, it felt sorry for me and then progressed me on. But then I think I got to the second boss and I just couldn't continue. So I don't remember how long that was. I feel like it couldn't have been more than like a week or two. So that was all the longer I played with the original Xbox controller. And honestly, looking at it, it doesn't look that much different than the Xbox 360. It just looks a little less stylized. So honestly, I have played it probably realistically more than the 360. So I'll put it here just because I like this design better than this big clunky thing. Okay, so now the Super Nintendo. I have never tried this controller. I don't know why. I've never had a Super Nintendo. I've never been with a friend that has played one, so I've just never experienced a Super Nintendo controller. That's all I can say. What is the PlayStation 4 controller? Now, I really don't care for this design, to be completely honest. I thought my cousin Luke gave me one. Yeah, I know Luke gave me a PlayStation. Rip Joy-Con. I know my cousin Luke gave me a PlayStation 4 controller to use to play video games on PC, but I can't find it. Maybe I gave it back to him. Yeah, I just don't like this. I am a fan of PlayStation controllers, spoiler alert, as you're going to see, but I just don't like this one. I don't know what it is about it, but I feel like this is a step back. Yeah, not a fan of the PlayStation 4 controller. This, I actually don't know what this is. I'm going to assume, wait, maybe maybe we can zoom way in. Is that is the Sega Saturn? Okay. See, I thought it would be because it's right next to the Genesis and it looks kind of similar, but I wasn't sure. I couldn't read the logo, but that definitely said Sega Saturn. I figured the Saturn would have had a control stick, because wasn't that 3D? I never played a Sega Saturn. That's a lie. I did play it one time. My cousin Ty and I played like one time, and I don't remember anything about the game we played. I definitely don't remember the controller, but I thought the Saturn was 3D, so I figured there would be a control stick, but apparently not. But I'm rambling. I'm gonna say I never tried it because I honestly don't remember it at all. It was a very long time ago, so we're just gonna say that. The Genesis controller. I don't... I have played this, and it's okay. The D-pad always felt a little wonky. The A and B buttons didn't really feel satisfying to push. It's just not a controller I really like, so I think C is okay. Okay, now, ooh, the Wii U. I actually think this was a great controller. I think S tier warranted, because like it had a touch screen, you could draw on it, in addition to being, you know, just a regular old controller by itself. Though using it as a controller by itself was a little big. I think I gotta drop it down to A. The screen was good in some situations, but sitting down and playing like Zelda, Twilight Princess, or Wind Waker with the Wii U, what do they call it, gamepad, it felt a little stressful after a while. You just want to play on a comfortable controller. But I mean, overall, the Wii U gamepad was great. Definitely A tier for me. This is the PlayStation 1 controller when it introduced the analog sticks, which, like I said, fan of PlayStation. This is one of the most satisfying looking controllers of all time, in my opinion. Get lots of nostalgia just looking at this image, even though I never had a PlayStation of my own. I think this controller was compatible with PlayStation 2, maybe? Yeah, but it had to be this one with the dual analog, because yeah, you couldn't use this one with PlayStation 2, but you could reverse compatible use a PlayStation 2 controller with PlayStation 1, I think? I don't remember. But I love this controller, so we'll put it up in A. I don't know what that is. Looks like a Switch Pro Controller, question mark? Or Classic Controller or something? I mean, this is my Switch Pro Controller. It looks similar. That one looks more like a Joy-Con, but I'm pretty sure that's a Switch. I've just never seen that one. Or maybe I have, but I don't know. Mine looks like a just regular kind of controller. I don't know why that one looks so different. Maybe mine's special because it's kind of Zelda themed, I don't know. Stuff could stop falling, that'd be great. Good lord, this thing is dusty. Didn't this get Joy-Con drift too? Because I was playing Pokemon. I really wish the map was better right now. What is happening there? If that ain't Joy-Con drift, I don't know what is. My character was moving automatically to the left. Yeah. So this controller is borked. Are we counting this as this? I think we are. In that case, we'll put it in B, because the same thing with the Joy-Cons. Like, it's a good controller, feels satisfying, ergonomic, very nice details and stuff. Everything about it is great, except there's random Joy-Con drift. So, like, this gave me way more trouble than the actual Joy-Cons themselves as far as drift. I don't know if this is third party, licensed by Nintendo, Power A. Maybe this is a third party controller and that might explain it. looks kind of third-party-esque. So I'm not going to say anything more about that. We'll just move on. So we got the original PlayStation 1 controller without the analog sticks. I think this is also up there. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Like it's just missing the control stick. So it worked fine for early PlayStation games, and it's just cool controller. So we'll put it up in the PlayStation 2. This is peak gaming controller. I'm not a Sony fanboy by any means, but I gotta admit I love their controllers, or at least their first few generations. Like I said, was not a fan of the PS4 controller, but the PS2, that is a good design. The buttons, the 4 square, circle, triangle, X, those buttons all felt satisfying to push. Same with the trigger buttons, and most importantly for me, pressing the analog sticks always felt satisfying. I just love that controller. Definitely top tier for me. Gamecube, another S tier. I still have my original Gamecube controller from 2003, yeah. And it still works fine. Like the buttons are still satisfying to press. Like, you know, when you press a button and you get that very tight, springy feeling. So when you press it and you release it, it bounces right back, and you can keep pressing it, and it's real tight and very, very satisfying to just press. And when you have to press it fast for like Mario Party mini games and stuff, it's just, you can keep pressing it, and every time it just feels the same level of satisfaction. And that same goes for the X and Y buttons. Oh man, I love the buttons on the GameCube controller. Like everyone likes it for Smash Melee because of the position of the C stick or whatever. But for me, the buttons are why I like the GameCube controller so much. The trigger buttons are alright too. Like they feel nice and smooth, and the left control stick is very responsive. D-pad is a little neglected, but overall I just love the GameCube controller. I think everyone does, so no surprise it's up in S tier. This one, the NES controller, I think I gotta put this one in D. Like honestly, it is just not a controller I enjoy. You can go on ahead and dislike the video now, call me a fake Nintendo fan or whatever, but I do not like this controller. It is unsatisfying to hold. It being square feels wrong. The buttons are so unsatisfying to push, like they feel almost loose. Just tapping that A button and having it just very slightly go in, it doesn't feel satisfying at all. There's only 2 buttons. Like I can get over it being minimalistic, and the design is admittingly pretty cool, but there's a fine line between design and practicality, and I just do not like the way this controller feels or plays, so I can't put it higher than D. I would rather play with any of these controllers more so than the Nintendo controller. I just do not like that controller, and can I get an F in the comments for my YouTube career that is about to end after my viewers find out about this hot take of mine? Alright, but we only got a few controllers left. So we got the N64 controller. A lot of people don't like this, which is very surprising to me. Like, I loved it as a kid. For the first couple like weeks or maybe even months playing with my N64, I played with the D-pad. I put my hands around these two, and you know, with my trigger finger on R or L, and then gradually realized you can just move your hand, put your trigger finger on Z, put your thumb on the control stick, and it's effectively the same thing, but just an upgraded version. I don't know why people don't like this controller. The buttons are satisfying to push. The control stick, admittingly, over the years, my original N64 control stick isn't as strong. Like it falls, and it's not very good compared to more modern control sticks. But this was the first control stick, if I'm not mistaken, so I can't fault them too much for that. Overall, yeah, I like the controller. I don't think it's bad like apparently a lot of the community does. Like, I would love playing games on it, and I will one day. I have plans to start playing some N64 games, so maybe you guys can look forward to that. Dreamcast, I've never played. Never had a Dreamcast, never knew anyone that did, but I hear great things about it, but can't confirm or deny, so we'll put it there. The Wii remote and the nunchuck. I mean, like I said, it's pretty much the same thing as the Joycons, except there's like, yeah, there is a trigger button. They rumble, they have sound. Yeah, they're effectively the same as the Joy-Con, just not quite as what am I trying to say? Like, easy to hold, I guess. It is the, I guess, prototype for it, so you can't really fault it for that. I mean, I think it's a good controller. Just the granddaddy to the Joy-Cons, so not much to really say about the Wii remote. Comment question of the day: when you guys play with the Wii remote, do you use the strap or not? Even with games where you're not using motion controls and you're not throwing it and you're not swinging it around and stuff, like, I still always use the strap, just so I can like let go of the controller and I know it's secured. Just something I always do, random quirk of mine, but thought that was worth sharing. Let me know what you guys do. And now we get to the PlayStation 3 controller, which is pretty much, I have mine right here actually. Yeah, it's pretty much the same thing as the PlayStation 2 controller. Were there any? Oh, these buttons, are the L and R 2 trigger buttons. They were a little weirder. Like, you had to press them farther, and they didn't feel as. Explaining this is so difficult, but like, you have to, when you press it, like, it doesn't click the same way that this does. Like, you see what I mean? It's like it just goes down, whereas this, like, you can hear it click, but this, you can actually hear it click. On the PS2 controller, the prototype to this, the trigger buttons did click, and I liked that. This one, they don't. That is my only complaint from the PlayStation 2 controller to the PlayStation 3 controller. Otherwise, it's the same thing except wireless. So I'm still gonna put it in S, because it's effectively the same thing. Just a very small, minor complaint. And I like the home button on this rather than that random button on the PlayStation 2 controller that said analog or whatever. So yeah, another S tier for me. Now we get to, yeah, I don't know what this one is. This was the one that was confusing me, because this looks like another Xbox 360. Maybe this is the wired version. Yeah, I think this is the wired 360 controller. Slightly different from the wireless. Slight differences with these buttons, and that is it. I don't think I played with this controller, so we'll just put that down there. And then finally, got this one too, the Xbox One. Another one that is all the way up in S. Good lord, this is dusty. I haven't played it in, how long's it been? Over a year? Yeah, it's been over a year since I played it, but my reason for stopping had nothing to do with the controller. Like, I actually love this thing. One of my favorite controllers of all time. Like, it just looks amazing. Probably the best looking controller in my opinion. Like, and I think Xbox have ways to like get a custom design Xbox One controller, which I never did. I mean, I love this as it is. I don't need a specific design, but the fact that you can customize these and make them look even better is amazing. But yeah, I really love this controller. All of the buttons feel satisfying to push. Like these buttons, they got that nice little that click. You can click the control sticks, the buttons. You got that very nice feedback when you push. They bounce right back. The trigger buttons, same thing. You got this button, power button that I was concerned that would have turned on my system. Thankfully it didn't. Got these buttons. I don't know what that button is. Does anyone know what that button is? I don't think I've ever pressed it. But yeah, love this controller. If I had to decide between these four, I think the Xbox One would be my favorite, followed by PlayStation 2, then PlayStation 3, then Gamecube. So I guess we can do that. What? Oh, my Wii U Pro Controller. Good lord, this is dusty too. Why wasn't this on here? Oh well. So yeah, that's gonna conclude today's video game controller tier list. I played most of them, some of them though I haven't. I do like most controllers, like unless there's something really wrong with the controller, I will like it for the most part. Don't forget to leave a like to show your support after I get crucified for disliking the NES controller. But yeah, let me know what you guys think of this video, how you feel about these controllers. Let me know what your favorite controller is. I don't know when the next tier list video will be, but whenever it is and whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be a good time. So until next time, thank you guys for watching. Be sure to have a good day, guys.